Well, at least on here I can make a go at it. I was thinking of something this morning, so I'm just going to fool around in the first 5 minutes if you don't mind. Dropped a penny on the floor. My son looks at me, he goes, "Dad, just like you." He says, "What? You were dropped to earth, you were sent?" I says, "Hey, that's very funny. Why don't you pick up that penny? If you put 5 together, you get a nickel. You get a nickel, you get a front door, and you get to come into this world." The things I'd like to say is, the word ear in French is oreille. O-R-E-I-L-L-E. Ellie. Or O-R, which is gold, the golden angel, or the rho backwards, which are the salmon eggs, which are the omegas. So now we got to start thinking of omegas. So we have oreille, you have O-R-N-A. Angel resident, omega. Oh, say, can you see? Oreille backwards is arrow. Oreille backwards, or forward, adding on the H, because actually the A comes into play. The minute the H comes into play, you would go HORA, and that's a Hebrew dance. The thing about the word freeze in hell, and then the word I taw putty cat, maybe because something in hell unfroze, and the cat is the communication of everything. In order to see something, you have to be unthawed. Thought out. Think it out, thought out. Backwards thought is what? It's also hat, maybe cat in the hat. Cat, creation angel transmission, number 24. The dog is number 26. One buries, one sprays. Study what the cats do. Study what the animals do. We're in there. They're a piece. Everything is a piece of everything that comes together that makes everything I do. Mr. Tackpans makes it what it is. Now the whole thing is, can I mention it out? Let's go back in pages. I was thinking about Pauline Maroise. This is our Prime Minister, and apparently she gave $145 million to a hospital. I'm not sure if it's to all the hospitals. I should finish reading what it is, but my thing, pharma is behind it. They don't want us crazy people feeling bad. I think they want to set it up so that we don't see as much and hide us away. That's what I see. The other thing I want to say is the planets. Let's go over the planets, okay? You don't mind? I have to be all over the place because I don't have this prepared. I'm sorry. It takes a little bit more time, but I'm talking to you. You're not watching TV. They put on a commercial. You go into the other room. You can stop me, and you cannot watch me, just like you can choose the TV. So here's how it goes. There are 4 planets, 5 letters, 5, 5, 5, and 5. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. Times 5 is 625. Times the letter N, north, or 14, or 41. Times the 4 5s equals 25, 625. That's what they were talking about in the Mayans. Earth has a total count of 52. It makes it a 7. Pluto has a total of 86. Makes it a 5. We're just adding up the simple count. Okay, if we want to do Pluto both ways, we have 8 by 6 is 48. 8 plus 6 is 14. Equals 62. 6 and 2 equals 8 instead of 5. Earth is 5 by 2. 5 times 2, 5 plus 2 is 17. That becomes 8. And let me show you how this works, okay? 5 by 2, 5 plus 2 equals 7 plus 10 equals 17 equals 8. By the way, the 105th day of the year, April 15th. Poker bluff. That's the number on that one. Then we go 8 times 6. 8 plus 6 equals 62. Equals 6 plus 2 equals 8. Now we're going to go down to Venus, which is 81. 8 times 1 and 8 plus 1 equals 17, equals 8. Saturn, okay, equals 93. 9 times 3 and 9 plus 3. 9 times 3 is 27. 2 and 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 7. 2 and 3 is 9. The total, 3 by 9 is 27. 3 plus 9 is 12, equals to 39. 3 plus 9 equals 3. So what we actually see here from these planets, okay, can you see them? 8, 8, 8. 3 times 8, 8, 8. Now if we wanted to go 3 times 8, 8, 8, we'd have to go center of 8, and then 888 and 888 is 1776. 1771, the 7 and 1 you saw twice, right? We saw it twice, that we had number 71. Can you see number 71? We got it once in the top, once in the bottom. The one we got in between is the 62, because that's us. Venus and 5. Is that what it was? So I can see it on this side? It would be, sorry, Saturn and Venus. So if you add up the numbers of Saturn and Venus, Venus has a sun in it, which is 54 the count, which is the word it, Rubik's Cube, part of the connection. Okay, 9 times 9 equals 81. VE in Venus is 27. 9 by 3, 27. The same one when it touches Saturn is 93. Saturn and Venus is 93 and 81 is 174. The center, okay, of Gematria, number of 36 letters, 74 is in the center. And it makes it up by the letters W-E-N-E, when E, or bring me the news if you want, because the S looks like a 5, so you can exchange it for the E, so you have bring me the news. What else do we have? Words that come with number 52 on it. Earth, number 52. Rabbit, number 52. 6, number 52. Mars, a 4-letter word, 51. Now let me show you one other thing. Okay, you see the numbers? Let me turn this phone around. How do you turn the phone around while I'm on it? Can I turn the phone around? I guess I can't. So now I'm going to have to look for these numbers. The numbers that come out of Earth, Venus, Pluto, okay, Uranus, and all the planets, Mercury and Neptune have 7 letters. N-E-P-T-U-N-E. Mercury, okay, has 7 letters. So you have 776, 55, 554. So you would have to split 1, 2, 3. There's 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. You would split the planets this way. Can you see it? You'd split the planet. Anyways, I'm going to tell you what the number is. The first number and the last number, 7 and 4. Same number we came up with. The first 2 numbers, 77, which brings it into the world of the last 2 numbers. 4 by 5 is 20. The 4 5s we counted. That's the 20 world we are in of Jack. 5 by 5 is 25 by 5. The month of May, the 5th of May is the 125th day. So the first and last is 7 and 4, but the first 2 numbers, okay, not the same numbers, is 7 and 6, and the last 2 are 5 and 4, which makes it 4, 5, 6, and 7, which is a total of 23, the number of creation. Those are the 4 numbers they use, 4 and 5, 6 and 7. 6 and 7 equals 42. 4 and 5 equals to 20. The total is 62 equals to 8. Another thing about number 42, 6 by 7, is that Nibiru is full of 42s. Why? Because the letter N to a single digit equals F-I-V-E equals to 42. And the letter I, the word 9, N-I-N-E, equals to 42. 2 and 4 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. So it brings you the same numbers as Pluto. But here's something about Pluto I want to try and show you if I could. I'm just trying to show you. See Pluto? First 2 numbers says 16, 12, 12, 21, 20, 15. Isn't that funny? The way it goes 16, 12, 21, the same thing it did in 2012. And to finish it, it says 2015. But look at the letters. PLU. That's the order number. TO, timeout. Or how about this? How about this? In 1612 to 2015 is 403 years. Okay? 40 or 304. 304 was April 30th. 304, okay? 304th day of the year is Halloween. You see the way it runs in the numbers together? P is 16, which equals 7. L, okay, is number 12. 1 and 2 is 3. The first 2 numbers of Pluto are 7 and 3. The same 2 numbers of Nibiru. Okay. You notice Pluto has the letter U in it. Okay. Saturn has the letter U in it. Earth does not have the letter U in it. I'm going to look back here and see what I have. The Earth, Saturn, of all the names, okay, that have the number 5 letters, there's a Saturn with a U, there's a Pluto with a U, there's a Venus with a U. Okay, and the one of the places that I left out was, I don't know where it is or why it's not there. It's because it's your anus. 3 and 3. That's the 6. Your 6. Your ass. 6 letters. It becomes U-R-A-N-S-U-N. Nibiru, Ru, N. So it says sun aura. Okay, the sun aura. I'm telling you, these planets and whatever is in space, okay, it's not doing anything. There's really not a miracle in the sky. We can't see actually the sky. I don't think our eyes can see that far up. There's something missing in this whole thing. So anyways, let me get back. We finished with the planets, right? We finished with Pluto, okay, which is 28, which equals 1, which is U, okay, which is 21, which equals 3, and which is TO, which is, okay, T and O is a total of 37, which equals 1. So it's 131. 13 plus 31 plus 13. Isn't that 57? Plus 31, 88. Or plus 31 again. You got 119. But you got to keep going 1331 or 3113. Because 1 is 9, and 1 is 6. 3 is 7, and 3 is 4. That's the way it works in numbers. What do you want me to tell you? Ask me the proper question. I'll explain it to you. I don't know. I don't see sometimes. Another thing I wanted to show you is what some numbers can do. If I don't put this line in here, all I have is a number 2. But once this line goes in here, depending how your thinking is, you can see 22. So right away, the one line says 212, 212, which is 100 Celsius in temperature, which is the 1010 world they're talking about. Every part. The letter Q, right here, the first box and the center box. It's a backwards Q. It also looks like the 8, but this is the letter Q. It makes an 8. And there's one that goes on this side also. It depends if I'm turning it and turning my pages. Jupiter has a total count of 99. 10, 21, 16. Okay? The minute you put U and P together, like in Jupiter, it's 21 and 16. The total is 37, back to Nibiru, and a PU is together. So when you have Pluto, PLU, you have the L because you have the life coming within it. That's why I still even see more that Nibiru is coming. Okay? Here's something that just showed up. Mary, do you wanna? You think she's mangled up? Mangolin? Jesus. Oh my God. Honey, what's that? I heard the Romans were going to take over. What do you think we should do? Well, let's tell them that God planted a baby inside of you and he was going to be the Christ and take over the world, okay? We'll just tell them God did it. Don't tell them I slept with you. Now which story is true? Okay, so now we're coming on to Pluto. We are coming on to the letter N, and this is what the letter N does. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, here's what the letter N does. N equals the 14. It's also number 5. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals 5 and 6. N equals the communication of the wolf. That's why it's the letter U. It's not only the letter U, but it's also the letter N, because look the way I marked the U. Is it the U or the N? It could be the UN. Number 73 again. I'm going to explain to you that. This is the way it goes. E is the family that the N is present with. E is 5, N is 14. 5 plus 14 equals 19. 1 plus 9, 1 times 9 equals 19 again. You can't be 20. Is it on Sugar Mountain, Copper Mountain? I'm not sure what all the songs say, but I've been listening to a lot of kids' music lately, and they're talking about it. And I've been watching movies, and the movies in the past are just bang on for what's going to be going on in the future. And from what I said, Mr. Tackpans, which part of that was it? It's somewhere on the net where I say the soldiers and the policemen must come to the side. You see, that's why they're making army men out of policemen, because they're starting to quit, like they did in Germany. I marked it down. I read it. I've been talking about it for years. That there's no protection if there's nobody coming after you. You can't go after the people who are doing nothing. You can't protect the people that don't need protection, because then you take away their rights. We'll help you. Well, I don't want anybody to help me. Okay? I think it's the next page we're going to have to go into. Another thing to remember is 7 and 7 is 14, 8 and 6 is 14, 9 and 5 is 14, 10 and 4 is 14. All of these are relevant in roulette. They each have a different payout, but their multiplication, 8 by 6 is 48, Barack Obama. 7 by 7 is 49. That's the world we are in. We are each the starting line. When you start, you're at the 49-yard line, and in between you is the football between two sides, because you have to stick the point out on each side so you lose that space to the ball. 9 by 5 is 45. 7 by 7 is 49. The difference between the two is 4. 8 by 6 is 48. The difference is 3, and that's your creation, because like I said, you got to back up one once you get to the center field. And don't forget, choose any number in the world. What was that? 85? Okay, we're playing baseball. Here comes the pitch. He's out. There goes the pitch. He's out. There goes the pitch. What just happened? 3 up, 3 down. So if I started at 85 and I went 3 down, I was at 82. So 81 is my blocker. And if I went up from 85, 3 to be 88, 89 is my blocker. I got to live in between. There's 8 numbers here. I live at 85. 5 by 8 is 40. 5 plus 8 is 13. 53. 53 equals 23, which equals 11, which equals Jupiter. So, I mean, of course, it's very hard to understand. Another thing you want to see, depending on how you're building. See the way I put those U's together? When you use those up, it means I'm creating the first 0 to the second 0, I got an 8. To the next 0, I got an 8, and to the next 0, I got an 8. I started off the Mug and David, the stripes, with an X on each side. So it'd be 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, because you got to go backwards. Or if you want, you got 888 between 10 and 10, and that's really what the world is. 8 by 8 is 64. By 8 is 512. Memory? The other thing I wanted to mention was, you want to see another way to write Zion? Whichever picture you want to choose. They're both say Zion on it. One is an N, one is an I, the box is the O, and take a look in the box is the N. So basically you have Zion right there. Okay, now I want to go backwards. Still sitting here by Walmart. I told you about the ears in French, soixante. Oreille, the golden ear. The golden era. There was another thing I was looking at over here, which was number 44. Yeah, we were talking about 1771, the Tea Party. Well, that came up now. I mean, we've got to repeat and go back on history. I'm just trying to look for number 44, because this is what, if I can't find it, I'm going to tell you what 44 does. 4 times 4 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 and 16 is 24 hours. 16 hours awake, 8 hours asleep, 24-hour total. The number of Nibiru. 24, 24, 24, 24, 2 and 4. Whichever way you want to look at it. So what you have now is you have 2 times 4 is 8. 2 plus 4 is 6. That's the number of Pluto. So what should I do? Not count it again? Well, we're going to do it again. We're going to go 4 times 4, which means space. But the space we live is 16. And 4 plus 4 equals 8. The total equals 24, which equals 8 plus 6. And now you're back to your 14 again. 7 and 7. So no matter which way you go, you're always going to come out the other way. And 4 plus 2 equals 6 at the end. So 4 and 4, that is 8, ends up to be 6. Now why don't we look at it this way? Let's see if the laws are there. Okay? We take a dice. Whichever way it is. You can see I don't see. Okay, stop here. The other side's a 4. Okay? So if I said 8... So I'm going to choose any 2 numbers. What do you want? 5 and 3? There's the 3. The opposite is the 4. There's the 5. The opposite is the 2. So the 5 and 3, became 4 and 2 equals 6. 5 and 3 equals 8 became 4 and 2 equals 6. I forgot what I was looking for. The dice. Another thing, do you want to see 0? Here, number 0, number 4, because there's a departure for everything. Our departure in our life doesn't start until we get to number 5. You know why? Because number 5's got that dot in the center. And then this one's got them all. The 5 has got 2 of these. It's got it this way, and then it's got it this way, and then it's got it this way. What's happening with Nibiru? Okay, something about the draining system for sure. Something's going on. The Minnesota Wild, they have the Coyote. It used to be the North Stars. I'm really looking up to this area to be very, very strong. Somehow, their goaltender got hurt. So they put in the used one. He played fantastic. Thank God it was number 37. The single had added numbers to Nibiru. 9. Do you know Peyton Manning Pay 10, man 9. Well, if you pay 10, how do you man 9? Well, I'm the one that's manning the 9, and I'm the 10th one you're paying. What other numbers can I put together? What other numbers? Gold bond, medicated powder. Peyton Manning, right? Gold bond, number 93. Again, Saturn. Gold bond. The bond is to Saturn, right? We have to figure out where these, how can I say it? The definitions of this. They mean many things in the regular world, then we have to play with them, see and watch what other things do around them, and then they slide into place all by themselves. Another thing I wanted to say is there's commercials out there. I think it's a Chevrolet commercial, and in it, Lucas, where are you? Lucas. Wasn't Lucas in Indiana Jones? In the end, Nibiru, in the end of the street, neighborhood. Nibiru, if you say it slowly and say it out in English and French, it sounds like neighborhood. Rue is street, or the road you're on. So in the commercial, the father, I mean, how often do they announce all the people's names in commercials? Never, eh? So what we have over here is this. Lucas, Anna, David. Okay, if you read them each side, it says the lad and the sad lad and the sad sack of the lad. It says Una. You see that, David? The Lucas, the names, okay? They say something. There's a code in the name, and I don't know why. Maybe they have to give us a chance to learn the evil deeds, so they have to show all these things. I don't know. It's a computer. Maybe it just shows up because it's inside the computer, and the computer says this has to happen. And you know what I'm saying? We're in some kind of this great computer. Robots can be as intelligent or more intelligent because put the mind in here or put the mind in the robot of what he can think. I mean, our minds are transferred just like them. Their mechanics go, and our mechanics go, and they just put us somewhere else. 3 balls, 4 strikes, total of 7. Total of 7. That's the action, what happens. So if every team gets 7, 7 times 9 is 63 outs for one team. And if the team is not out on the other side and they win and at the bottom of the 9th, we get 7 by 21 by 9. And then we get another 7 by 21 by 9. What is that? Let me try and figure it out. 21 pitches an inning by 9 innings is 189. That's what I had as the number. 189 from Nibiru. 7 and 3 is Nibiru. 21 and 8. 2 and 1 is 3. 7 by 3 is 21. Times 8. 168, 189. That's Nibiru's number also. At the same time, I don't know, okay. After that, I added on the 21 to finalize the multiplication, because what you do is you add on the same numbers. Either you add on the 3 at the end, you add on the 21 at the end. It depends if you want it whole or complete. What's the maximum you can do, so you do it that way. Anyways, that's the number I get. That's it. Okay, we're going to stop. Oh, something about the animals and the scent. Oh, and another thing is 18. All about 18, my friends. 18881. H&R. The golden bunny rabbit, the hare, Bugs Bunny. The cat ears, Itab Putty Cat, Raphael, 7286 from the parking lot of Walmart. Payless Shoes, IGA, Home Depot. I'm ready to go back home. Couldn't do it on my own video because for some reason they're not uploading. Raphael, 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. 8 plus 6 is 14, 7 times 2 is 14, 28. Reflection of Einstein. I'm not talking about me, I'm just talking about the numbers. Thank you.